And we are back. You were listening to the Rutten River Pursuit podcast. We are Reality Outdoor Radio, where our mission is to get you in the outdoors by connecting you with the people, skills, and products you can trust. Well, we made it, folks. At least, well, most of us made it, I think. I'm still waiting to hear back from Bucky, but we made it to the final day, the 9th and final day of the National Rifle Association's Great American Outdoors Show 2020. Wow. What a show it's been, folks. I can't begin to tell you how much fun we had as a group, walking around, meeting all of these wonderful people, talking with some old friends, making some new ones. What a great time. Thank you again to the National Rifle Association, and let's just head on down to the showroom floor for the 9th and final installment of the NRA's Great American Outdoor Show. Here we go. Hey guys, we are down here in the fishing hall again. We stopped over at the MegaStrike booth right across from the hog tank because we needed to talk with Uncle Bobby, of course, and Uncle Bobby has a special treat for us. We got the legend himself, Mr. Roland Martin, in the booth.
Hey guys.
How are you, Roland?
How you doing? Good. I lost my voice. I've been talking too much.
Well, we have that problem sometimes. We try to keep Deaky quiet over here.
Mm-hmm. They wish that happened to me.
I'll bet.
But you're in luck, though, Roland, because Bobby's on, and we know he'll do a lot.
He can pick up where I live on.
Yeah, he'll do enough talking for all of us.
I gotta segue in one quick story though, Mr. Martin, because was it 2 years ago?
I think it was.
2 years ago, you were in here, and we did a real quick video with you.
Okay.
But you actually gave this guy his new nickname. We called him DK for the longest time because his name is David Kyle, and so his badge just said DK. And you looked at it, and you looked at him, and you said, "They call you Deke?"
Do they?
And sure enough, that's it. I mean, it's on his badge now and everything.
Now I can't get rid of it.
He's officially the Deke.
That's good.
And you made the rest of us jealous because he can say the Roland Martin gave him his.
That's cool.
His broadcasting nickname.
So thank you. Appreciate that. He's called me a lot of things. I bet
I'm sure.
it wasn't that good.
Now, Bobby, we got to edit this podcast, so you got to be careful.
It's
a family-friendly show. So, Roland, could you give us a little idea what it is that you're doing down here at the Great American Outdoors Show?
They pay me a truckload of money. No,
But it helps.
That's really not the case. And the NRA are really good people, and it's really neat that they've expanded their operations to the fishing thing, because for many years it was mainly just hunting and that type of thing, and now with the fishing end of it, well, Bobby, you've seen it grow. I mean, this thing's really gotten big. They have about a third of their show now is fishing and resorts that offer fishing, and I mean, it's a big deal. It's a really big part of the NRA.
Well, it's guys like Roland that come out here and promote the sport of fishing, and they introduce it to the young group of kids right now. There are guys out here that are meeting Roland for the first time, and Roland is the best of the best. He was over here telling the stories, and people were just mesmerized, and they're listening to history. I'm telling you the God's honest truth. Without Roland Martin, bass fishing would not be what it is today. Period. The end.
There's no doubt about that.
They just want me to do seminars, and one of my expertises are, patterns, developing a pattern. Just all the water and cover conditions that I'm looking for, and I'm advising what kind of lures and stuff. And so, and then I'm telling some little anecdotes, little stories that Bobby's like talking about. I told a little bit about that funny thing where the president hooked himself with the rattle trap. That was kind of cool.
Like I said, going out with this gentleman here, one thing that I will say is that Roland is a gentleman, and he is top notch. He took me under his wing, years ago, and he has taught me so much. I remember when I was a little boy, 10, 12, 14 years old, 15 years old, I used to get up every Sunday to watch Roland on TV.
Oh yeah.
And I learned so much from him. and the first time that I ever got to do a TV show with him, I mean, I was blown away to even be asked.
How many have we done?
We've done 4 shows together.
Yeah. Wow.
That's great.
Nice.
And it was the last show we did. I was getting
That was
up,
one of the best we ever did. With all the buzz baits. Oh my gosh.
We did.
That was fantastic. Well, not only that, but we had some monster bass.
Yeah.
And a buzz bait. Let's face it. I mean, that's not usually something that you're going to film 8-pound bass catching.
You wouldn't think
on a buzz bait. I mean,
you get a good
we
day
had
where you
all
get a
that
bunch.
just like constantly. We just really had some big fish. Yeah.
One of those days.
Where was that at?
We went down to a place in Florida that I'll just tell you a quick story. Is I got up early. I was up early getting ready for work, and the phone rang, and I seen it was Roland. So I said, "Good morning," and he says, "What you doing, son?" And I sat there and I said, "Well, I'm getting ready to go to work." He goes, "Get your butt down here." He goes, "I found this lake that they're biting the buzzbait." So I figured. I said, I said. Well, when do you want me down there? 2 or 3 weeks? He says, "No, you need to get down here now."
2 or 3 minutes.
And I said, I can't get down there now. And then I thought about it for a minute, and I said, getting asked to do a fishing show with Roland Martin. I dropped everything. I found the first flights I could find to Florida and went down there. And let me tell you, we went down and we had a show of shows. We went down there. We caught 8-pounders, 7-pounders.
We did.
I mean, we just knocked them.
Big time.
That's awesome.
I'm another one of the older guys that started when there was nothing in the game other than Mr. Martin fishing, and gave me, the city boy from Chicago, that first interest to try to even fish, and that first interest. But also after watching him through the years, what I love about you, Mr. Martin, is you can't tell you've been doing it a lifetime because you are just as excited on that next fish.
It's kind of
you love it,
crazy kind of a thing, but I'm kind of demented or something because really I get excited. I mean, I truly do. I mean, when I catch a fish, I'll catch a fish in the next 5 minutes. I get really excited. Even now, I mean, that's so stupid because I've caught like 50 bass in my life,
give or take.
But it's like, but I still really do get excited about just a bass. I really do.
And that's what I love about you. And you just, your energy is contagious, and thank you for doing that, for giving that gift. You're the reason why I try to do this outdoor podcasting, to broadcast, to try to help draw in some of that love.
One little message I have when I talk to people, and I try to get them to anticipate. Let's face it, the sport of anything, it's the bowling. Say you want to go bowl that 300 game, you want to get a strike. Without that anticipation and you wanting to do it, you're not going to enjoy doing it.
Right on.
And so I just try to instill in everybody that I fish with, are you really enjoying stuff? Are you going to catch a fish the next cast? And when I get them, and at first they'll say, I don't know, I hardly ever catch them. I finally, at the end of the day, by the time I've pumped them up about it and made them confident about what they're doing and making sure that they're on the right pattern and really feel confident about themselves, they'll finally say, I'm going to catch one the next cast. When they start saying that, they're having fun. Yeah. They're having a ball. When you get to that anticipation level.
Yeah. Now, Roland, one other thing you're doing now is you're blowing up on YouTube, and you're having these great episodes, and the ones that are really are my cup of tea is your backyard bass boat, your small bass boat.
Fun.
Man, that is so much fun.
There's so many people, I guess, that can't afford a $50,000 boat, and now that I hardly ever use the bass boat. I got a beautiful $50,000, $60,000 bass boat, but most of the time, I'm either in my little heritage boat, which is $10,000 deal, which is a real economic thing. That's been really a rave. The other thing is that 1542, that little thing I slide in the back of my pickup truck.
Yeah.
And I come up to the canal bank and throw it off in the water. And that I fish with about half the time.
Yeah.
They love it because they identify to that. Yes. I mean, that's just their cup of tea. I mean, they can afford it.
Well, you show that it's obtainable to everybody. Yeah. That type of fishing is, and that's the great thing. You're still showing people to get out there any way they can. If it's from bank fishing to the small boat to the big boat, you make it obtainable for all.
We call it removing obstacles.
It's funny. One of my really good friends is Tim Horton, and he works for Bass, and he runs a big $80,000 bass boat, and he wears this real fancy tournament shirt, and he wears really stuff. And I think he's over top of their level.
Yeah,
he tries to do YouTube, and he does a good job. His film work is really good. And everything, but he doesn't have the audience, and I think what it is, I think he's over them.
Okay.
I think he's not getting down to their level.
Okay.
I don't mean to criticize Tim in any bad way because he's a really expert fisherman. He's a real pro fisherman.
It's some great stuff he's putting out there.
If he were just to get down to that, wear a T-shirt and get in down a little boat, and you know what I mean, get down to that Joe lunch bucket fisherman level. I mean, I don't mean to demean people like that, but I'm just saying. That everyday average guy, they're having a hard time relating to these guys with $100,000 boats.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
It is, and you're getting rid of that obstacle. So thank you for that. And I mean, I don't know if most people know, but that you are on YouTube. So definitely check it out. It's
That's a big
great
deal.
stuff.
I just got over 75,000 this last
and
week.
your tips in your tackle room. You're showing how to make soft plastic, which Ryan needs to learn how to make a soft plastic.
I'm working on it, bud.
I know
that's a lot of fun, Bobby. If you ever poured your own wine,
I got a machine that pours them.
Yeah, you got a big machine. I just do a little crummy thing, but it's
But
kind of
those
fun.
guys that are doing hand pours,
what
custom
I'm
made
talking
stuff,
about.
that's the stuff
fun
they're
stuff.
doing.
Yeah,
Roland was talking about. I watched him out here doing the on the hog trough here about teaching anticipation. I'm going to catch one on this next cast. I'm going to catch a big fish. I've been on Roland's TV show 4 times. And every time I've been down here, he goes, Bobby, we're going to catch a 10-pounder. We're going to catch a 10-pounder. And let me tell you, even when we went down to Bacharach, he says, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And we went down to this little pond that they had down in Florida. Roland and I did a show down here. He says, you got to come down there. We're going to do this. And
was about the hot fried chicken. Tell them about the fried chicken.
we went down to this lake, and it was 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we said,
well, we're hungry.
We had nothing for lunch or nothing. We knew we were going to be out in the water because you'll film 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And we went by this old shack gas station, and we said, well, let's just go get a couple of candy bars. Nasty looking place. And there was this old lady in there, and she was cooking up this fried chicken.
She had it going.
And we said, hey, this lady's cooking fried chicken. We'll get some lunch. It was the best fried chicken I ever had.
He talks about it. He'll call me up and he'll say, where can I get some more of that chicken? I mean, it was incredible. Foremost on his mind.
Some people have a knack finding those little hole. I call them hole in the walls, where you can find the best meal in the county at those places.
But when we went out that day, we were going, and we went out fishing the day before it was raining.
Didn't catch anything.
Didn't get a bite.
It was horrible. Went to the wrong lake, but the guy had 5 or 6 lakes.
Hey, that sounds like
5 or
us.
6 lakes on the property, and it wasn't raining then. And so we went out to what he called the best lake, and it died or I don't know.
We didn't get a bite.
We didn't get a bite.
5 hours we went out, not a
Bobby
bite.
I said, let's go back. There's better lakes out there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Well, you wanted to go somewhere else, but anyway, we went back.
We went to this other lake, and when I'm just going to say something about this gentleman again. He kept saying, Bobby, we're going to get a big one. I never caught a double digit in my life. I mean, I've been out with him a bunch of times, and we went out, and I set the hook on this fish that was next
with
to
the
this
Roland
pipe.
Martin big bass spinnerbait.
We went out with the Roland Martin big bass spinnerbait.
That wasn't the day you had the heartbreaker on, was it?
Let me tell you, yeah. Well, what happened was I set the hook on this fish, and I thought I hooked this little gator. And all of a sudden, this bass came up, and I went, oh, my God. I mean, it was
over almost 12 pounds.
Oh, and let me tell you, when I pulled that fish up, I mean, my heart was racing. But do you know who was even more excited than me?
This man right here.
That man right there.
We took about 100 pictures. But you don't see all the pictures that I posted holding your fish. You saw that?
But he was so excited for me because it was the anticipation. I've done 4 TV shows, and we never got that double digit. And when I caught that bass, he came over and he hugged me, and he said, "Bobby, that's the biggest bass of your life." And we measured
Well, that's the
it.
biggest one we'd caught in that place, and I'd fished it for 10 years.
Right.
That's the biggest one we've caught there.
But my point was that he was happier for me than anything, and he was excited, and man, I love the guy to death. He always treated me like a gentleman. I'm just a regular guy.
And that's the fishing brotherhood. We all get excited for each other, even when we're not with you on that trip. Some guy might be upstate New York, or a couple of the guys, and they send back a pic, and we all get excited. Yep. We want to hear the story.
Stories, and like we're talking and chatting is pretty good. But one of the things about professional bass fishing that's going on right now in the top elite series and stuff is they get this no information rule. And do you know if we were fishing that big tournament tomorrow, we'd be in violation talking bass right now?
We couldn't even be jawing about it.
We can't even talk about spinnerbaits or anything because it has some connotation about maybe what we're going to do tomorrow. So they are kind of. I don't agree with that format. I don't agree with the no information rule because fishing's so much fun. We're having there talking all about these stories. We like to hear it. Why they can't do it on the professional level in the higher tournaments right now? Yeah. They can't even sit around and BS like we're doing.
Unfortunate.
They can't do it.
Nope.
It's not right. I have really a problem with that.
Well, I'm glad you're not on the tour then.
Well, I'm not on that highest level tour. I still fish some little tournaments, but I don't fish that level tournament.
Well, you would school them
anyway. One reason is I don't like those rules.
Well,
that's one reason.
And they wouldn't be able to outfish you on that FLW anyway.
Well, I fished all those. I fished that level, but I'm just kind of half retired right now. Yeah.
Just so 9-time angler of the year.
Yeah.
How many tournament wins? 19.
Yeah.
19 tournament wins. Yeah. Made the classic 25 times. I mean, come on,
We go through cycles. I have to. Right now? What are you having fun with? What style of fishing is it? A Ned rig? Are you top water?
Let me tell you about the Ned rig.
What's tickling your fancy right now?
One problem with the Ned rig. I'm going to just tell you, it is the most effective bait, but people are not fishing it right, and they're waiting too long. And about 9 times out of 10, the fish are swallowing the bait, particularly the smallmouth. They are killing fish right and left on the Ned rig.
Okay.
I know some guys with ponds right now that won't let you fish a Ned rig for the simple reason they're swallowing it and they're killing too many fish. Okay. The Ned rig is so effective. Now, word us to get out. We have to, and we're kind of part of this. We're going to have to teach people and educate people. You got to set the hook instantly. We got to keep them from swallowing that thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful way of catching fish. But it's such a small little lure, they gulp it down and swallow it that quick, and then they don't have the proper way of unhooking them, and they're gut hooking them, and they're killing them. And so
as soon as you feel that little thump,
we got to somehow or other address this issue because we're killing millions of bass.
That's a very valid point. I never even thought of that.
It's unreal how many fish you can't kill with the Ned rig.
That's why I prefer not to throw the Ned rig.
Well,
but it's a super good bait. I'm not saying it's not a good bait.
I love it. Would you suggest to debarb that jig, or to help out with the hooking and the survival rate, or
we just have to educate people how to do it.
The thing is, when you're fishing a tournament, you want to fish in a boat,
right?
Okay, but if you're fun fishing, hey, maybe you go all barbless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an idea.
And they make you do that in Canada. I mean,
that might be the deal.
And I did not mind.
I'm not so sure that a weedless might not be the answer for the Ned rig.
And I would agree with it, especially if it conserves fish.
With no barb.
No barb. Yeah. It'd be worth a shot. Yeah. We have a beautiful fishery right out here in our backyard.
That's Susquehanna
for smallmouth.
But they'll eat that in that Susquehanna River. They'll swallow that Ned rig in 1 second.
Yeah,
you got to get on them quick. I've talked to the guys this week. They're killing them on Ned rigs right now. They're catching them right up above town.
It's right February. It's February, and we went out the other day and we caught them. And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. You guys got one of the best fisheries I've ever seen in my life.
As long as there's not ice out on that river, you can get out there and
Logan
fish.
Bloomfield's out there blowing it up all the time. So.
But we're killing a lot of fish on that thing. We gotta figure out
a better way to do it.
Boy, it's tough.
Well, Roland, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know there's a lot of folks who want to talk to you while you're here today, but I do want to ask one more question. Everything that you've done, all the stuff that you've been through. What's still on the table for Roland Martin? What do you still need to get done?
Well, my short-term thing is to stay healthy.
Okay.
I mean, that's really a big priority of mine. I get up in the morning, try to walk a little bit, and try to do things like that. Try to eat a little better. I'm not doing a real good job of it, but that's big. Health is a big issue right now. Other than that, I still have my goals of catching big fish. Every time I go out, I want to catch that big monster bass. And that's kind of an everyday goal.
There you go.
One of the things I just want to mention to the audience is that next month, Roland is going to be 80 years old.
Ooh. Now, one thing that Scott did, I don't know, my son Scott, he's 44, he just announced that his new goal, his new agenda is to qualify for the Elite Series.
Okay.
So he went out to the Southern Open. They're on, where was it, a Kissimmee chain? And he came in third or fourth. It's real high, and so he's got a lot of points. And it looks like he might make that Elite Series.
Oh, wow.
I called Bass, and they had invited me back to the Elite Series a couple of years ago because I had this legendary category with all the angular ear wins, for example. So I could have gone back in, and I chose not to because, number one, I felt like I needed to half retire. Number two, I wasn't trying to prove anything, and I didn't have the sponsors and money to do it and didn't have the time. But now Scott makes it. My new goal is try to get back into the elite for just 1 year and have he and I just kind of fish a year. That'd be kind of cool.
That
if he
would
does
be
that
Son deal. That'd be awesome, man.
Now, I don't know. The only problem with the rules is I qualified back as a legendary angler. I could have gotten back in a couple years ago, but now I don't know with next year. I don't know how many positions are going to be available. I don't know if it's all filled up or not.
Well, a lot of guys went to that MLF. So, that could be but fishing with your son, you and Scott,
that'd be fun.
That'd be good. I'd quit right off the bat.
About 2 months ago, Scott and I fished that Pan American tournament up on the St. Lawrence, and we had the Canadian teams and Mexican teams and all these other teams, and we almost won it. We came in second, but Scott and I had like the second high bag anyhow. Wow. And we really were messing them up.
That's cool.
It was 25-pound stuff.
That would be neat to watch.
Big bags, and we really had a good time. He is such an expert with Panoptics and the side scans and down scans. He's the best there ever was. And I'm a good stick. It was like he'd locate him on the electronics and say, "There's one over there," and basically I caught him. Yeah. I mean, it was almost that way.
He'd bird dog him and you'd shoot him.
That's the way the tournament went. I caught the fish that he found.
That's a good team.
Hey, that's a good. I was going to say partners right there.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Roland, thank you so much for giving us some time here today. Talking to us, sharing all the stories.
Okay, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bobby, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Let me tell you, it's an honor to talk to you guys.
Thank you both for your time.
Roland, way to go, son.
It's tradition to come down here and have some fun at the MegaStrike booth. That's good stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So we are still in the archery hall here. I can't stay away from this place, I'll be honest with you. And we had stopped by this booth earlier, and we spoke with the guys about all these sweet lone wolf tree stands. And the whole time I was here, I kept kind of looking over my shoulder because I wasn't sure what I was seeing. Of course, as soon as we stopped recording then, I spoke with this gentleman about Lone Wolf Custom Gear trail cameras. I mean, come on. So I'm here with John Gillis. Is that right, John?
That's correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure I say that right. And John was telling me a little bit about these cameras that Lone Wolf Custom Gear's got, and I said, hold on a second. Let me break out the gear again because we got to get this thing recorded. Tell me what you guys have here.
Okay, first of all, I want to tell you I'm really into cameras. I used to wire up my own cameras before they came on the market.
Okay.
So because I'm an artist and I use the photos to do drawings, which I put on T-shirts, and I sold those my whole life all over the country.
Okay.
And then I actually take my trail cameras and enhance the colors in Photoshop and again put that on aluminum and sell pictures. So I don't know anyone more into trail cameras, right?
Well, and not to stop you and interrupt you completely, but you were showing me some videos that you got off of these trail cameras, and to do that, you open up your phone and you were going through some of your photo library, and I saw some of these images you're talking about. And when you say enhance, that's quite an understatement.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was amazing artwork.
I enjoy it. Thank you. Yeah, I just love trail cameras and what you can do. Actually, I look for scenes. I'm like, oh, this is the perfect scene. If I can get a deer to come by here, so I put the camera out and then I get it all together, and
nice.
It could be better. But so I've tried just about every camera besides making my own before they came on the market. And once Nick, Andre's brother, told me about Andre has a camera, I'm like, oh, I got to check this out. As soon as I checked it out, I just threw all my other cameras in a box, a junk box, because even though half of them still work, they're just not worth the time to set them. I mean, number one, this thing, you can just turn it with one hand, and wherever you move it, it just stays. It's got like a ball and socket. A squirrel is not going to move it. You don't have to go look for the right size stick to jam behind it.
So
none of that.
What you're saying there is exactly something that I've dealt with time after time. You try to worry about adjusting the angle just right, and you try to find a stick or wrap. I've wrapped the strap around the camera a few times to get the angle just right, and you're also guessing, but we'll talk about not having to guess in a minute. That mount's pretty slick.
Yeah, it's really a pain before I had this mount, and then you're setting up the area looking for sticks and all that, and it just never works because the squirrel ends up knocking it loose.
Sure.
Okay, the other thing is while you're aiming it, you're looking at your phone and you got live footage with an orange dot, so you can see exactly where you're not guessing anymore.
Exactly.
And you're not walking back and forth in front of you, the thing, trying to think, oh, where am I hitting? So that is awesome.
All the things that we've pondered and dealt with for years, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. Now, see, Andre, he's not going to just put out anything. So, he's been running cameras over 35 years, so he just made a list of all the problems he ever had, and he solved them all before he put it on the market,
Nice.
Like, let's say you just want to swap cards. Well, you forgot to bring an extra card. Guess what? He thought of that. He's got a spot for an extra card behind your batteries. All top load. Everything is top load, easy to access.
And I'm not going to let you just brush right over that top load.
So you got your batteries, your card. Everything's easy to access. Nothing underneath. You don't need a jackknife to get your card out.
Yeah, I've actually dealt with that. Like, some of the cameras that I'm running, almost everything's bottom load or somewhere in the middle, and you're dealing with that. I'm trying to do it. I'll switch out cards, on my way into the stand during a hunt.
Yeah.
And dealing with that in the dark. I'm running a headlamp, and I'm down on one knee, and I'm leaning over. Come on, top load.
Yep. Here's another thing, like my box of cameras, when I set one, there's a 50-50 chance I'm going to get a photo. One, I don't have time to go look for the rule book and try to remember how this one works because they're all different.
Yep,
and then,
true.
so first off, the batteries might not even be good. This one, the second you turn it on, the first thing it does is tells you your batteries are good.
Okay.
And that's really the only thing you have to look at, because then after that, I do everything on the phone. The other reason I know this camera is going to work is because it's insulated with a vented roof like a house roof, so you don't get condensation. The reason cameras don't work is condensation. So between condensation and bad batteries, that's why I was getting, only half the time I have a camera that works. With this camera, always works.
And I'm assuming, yep, there it is. There's your waterproof seal, but the fact that it's built like a hood for the top load, any moisture that you get from the weather is going to run off anyway.
Yep.
But what I found that waterproof seal is also important for is keeping out the ants.
Yep.
That's another problem. I think I've got 3 cameras right now in my junk bin. I've got 3 cameras that were infested by ants. So, that seal's really, really important for a number of reasons.
Yep. And then the other thing is, once you link it to your phone, which after the first time it takes like 3 seconds, and boom, it's there. Now you can go to your stand within 100 yards. You can click on pictures, see every picture on there, download the ones you want, delete anything you want to do. You can go to settings, and it's so simple, your grandma can do it. No more reading books, and I haven't used this camera in a while, I don't remember none of that.
So there's
simple.
You can, from 100 yards away.
Yeah, 100 yards away. Once you're logged in and here's the other thing, you don't need any type of Wi-Fi in the sky or phone service. You can take a phone out of your junk drawer that won't even make a phone call, and once you have that app on there, it'll link to this camera anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But to use it linked, you have to be within 100 yards.
For that Bluetooth
right.
connection.
So It's not Bluetooth. It actually makes its own Wi-Fi that goes straight to the phone without going up and then bouncing off a satellite or anything. And I've tried Bluetooth. This is more reliable. This always works. Goes right to your phone. Now I can even do live footage. I can do pictures. So I can stay logged in and actually film my hunt or whatever with it. And it's just super easy to set up, but you can use it as a normal camera too. You walk away. And if I get beyond 100 yards, it automatically arms itself, so I don't have to worry about, I forgot to turn it back on.
Yeah, that's the trick sometimes. And you mentioned something there really briefly, but we talked about this in depth before we started recording, and that was using it to film yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You were describing how you would actually put this up above your head a little bit.
Yeah, it's not the way he designed it, but I told Andre that's what I'm doing. He's like, I haven't even thought of that. But anyways, so what I do is I actually mount it to the tree above my head. And then what the advantage for me, because I gave up on filming hunts with, all the others, GoPros and all that, because one, I didn't like to charge the GoPros every night. This, I can go 6 months. And I didn't like messing with the camera arm and all that when I should be concentrating on killing the deer.
Sure.
So by having it above my head, my body is never in the way. It's got the whole field of view of everything going on in front of me.
Yeah.
And I can just make one little motion in front of it and it starts recording. And then if I want to put a second camera behind me, that one I can leave logged into the phone so I can see what's going on behind me. And that one I just hit record right on my phone. So now I got like 2 cameramen that don't stink up the area and wreck my hunt.
That's a good idea. I really like that. I'm looking at some of the pictures that are coming off of this. I mean, picture quality is, of course, not an issue here.
Yeah, I can zoom in on the kill and then add that in as a separate piece on the video when we edit.
That's really, really cool setup, the way that this thing is working. So let's talk price point.
Okay, so, it's like a high-end $350 camera, but, online, search around, you can get it for like $199.
Okay.
I do have a code for people that want to order it online. If they put in PACAM150, PACAM150 online, they can get a discount.
Okay, and they're going where for that? That's
to LoneWolfCustomGear.com.
Okay, LoneWolfCustomGear.com, and use that promo code.
Yep.
To get that price. That's a pretty sweet deal.
One other thing I like about the camera is I want to monitor, let's say, the other side of the field without walking over there, especially for me, cattails. So I'll put this camera up in a tree, point it out like 100 yards on the other side of the cattails where I know there's a big buck going through there somewhere, set it to go off every 5 or 10 minutes. But what's cool is I don't have time to look through all those photos. This thing automatically makes a short video, so in a couple minutes I can see everything that moved through those cattails in the last few weeks.
And that was something else that we did talk about too, was that time-lapse video kind of thing that it's doing with those images, and the zoom function. That was something else.
Yeah, and I was just talking to Andre last night, and he said, just don't even bother setting the camera to zoom. He says that it's so clear just leaving it on 1x and just zoom it afterwards, and you can pick out the bucks and see his antlers and all that because the quality is so good.
Nice. And that video that you have here where you guys are obviously, you had a camera over top of a carcass, and you didn't realize it at the time. Like you see the guy coming into the camera, and he grabs the carcass and slides it around a little bit, and then he walks up toward the camera. As soon as he passes the carcass that he just slid, out pops a possum. That's
cool an
footage.
Interesting story. Andre did a lot of testing in the winter. The batteries lasted all winter, but one camera kept going off for no apparent reason, and it turns out from watching the video that there was a possum inside the cage, and that's all it took to set off the camera.
Oh, that's good. And, well, that's a testament to the sensitivity of the trigger on that. That's awesome.
Yep.
Very, very cool. Well, John, thank you so much. Tell us again where the folks can go to check out these cameras and pick one up with that promo code.
Okay, go to LoneWolfCustomGear.com and then put in the code PACAM150. PACAM150.
You mentioned some of your artwork earlier and the things that you're doing, and like I said, it's exquisite, I think is probably an appropriate word to use from some of the pictures I saw on your phone. Is there any way people can take a look at anything you've got going on with your artwork?
Yeah, I've been doing whitetail deer artwork my whole life. That's my specialty.
Okay.
And I actually, like I said, I use the trail cameras to get my photos for reference, as well as using some of them for art itself that I just enhance the colors. I have a couple of websites that can just go to Mucky River, like a muddy river, but it's Mucky, M-U-C-K-Y, muckyriver.com.
Okay.
And that'll take you right to some aluminum prints and things I've done. And then if you search around, you'll find T-shirts. Or to go directly to the T-shirts on the same site, go to wowthat'scrazy.com. It's W-O-W, that's with an S on the end, wowthat'scrazy. .com. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and if you want a logo done or some drawings or T-shirts, hoodies, anything you want, I've been doing that my whole life. I used to supply all the Gander Mountains in the country.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
And I've done shirts for thousands of stores. So just hit me up on that.
I'm guessing this is one of your shirts right here.
Yeah, it is. And people can
and if you got a trail camera
me.
picture of that deer, I'm going to need the address or Latin long or that. Holy buckets.
Yeah,
that's a big buck.
Yeah, it's a
Split
monster.
brows, big drop on that side.
And then I can add logos. I can add lettering to any shirt I have on my site or create a whole new one off of photos. So you can hit me up, just text me, and we can go from there.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it, John. Thanks again for the camera talk, and folks, you need to go check out the website. I'm sure. I can't wait to go see it because if it's anything like what I saw on your phone, it's impressive. Thanks again,
Thank
John.
you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks.
Guys, we made our way down here to Al 4300, and I'm with Matthew Dyson and Bedford Outdoors. Now, we got the chance to speak with Matthew last year, and a whole year has gone by, and the booth looks even more impressive. And with another year in the bag, man, how's it going?
It's going fantastic. How have you guys been?
This has been
Buddy.
It's been a good year. It's better for some than others.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if you had a pocket full of tags, just like you won the lottery and you had all these tags for fish, the biggest fish and the nicest buck and the biggest doe and the largest, and then we just sit on the couch and be like, I'm tagged out. Somebody had that year this year. It wasn't me, but Will had a pretty good year.
Well, congratulations, my man.
So that's how the year went.
That's not how it went.
It was simple.
You added extras on at the end.
Yeah, I was.
You know what? Tired
Wasn't
of being...
resting on my laurels.
So
no, I had a good year. It was really nice to have a year like that. I haven't had one like that in a long time. So
You were due.
Well, here's what it did. It absolutely inspired me to get out and sit with Will in another tree stand beside him. And I have to up my game with my camera equipment because it's just the epicness that he went through. There's no way I could have caught it with some of the stuff that I have. But I know a guy.
Yeah.
You do know a guy, absolutely.
I know a guy that can not only get me a camera, but a camera package on maybe what I need. Because if I don't know what I need, that's where you come in.
Absolutely. Bedford Outdoors is dedicated to basically, helping all of the guys and the girls out there that want to capture their adventures and their hunts and their fishing trips and their traps and their shed hunts. And, you name it, anything that's outdoor adventuring.
Yeah.
Man, especially these days with social media and YouTube and websites and vlogs and just all these platforms out there that are based around video content. Everybody wants to be out there. Everybody wants to be seen. Even if they don't want to be, the next YouTube famous star, they want to be seen. And I don't blame them. If you see some cool stuff out there, show it, because if nothing else, that's just going to encourage more and more and more people to get outside and be active in the outdoors.
Amen. And like for me, it's a lot of storytelling. My old man, God bless him. He's been hunting his whole life and teaching hunter education, but he can't get out much anymore. Mm-hmm. So in order for me to tell a great story to Dad when he gets older, or other people or kids that I want to get into hunting, the best way to do that is to show them a video.
Yep.
Like, check out what we're doing. Because let's face it, there's only like 2 or 3 amazing storytellers in the world, besides me. So if you can't tell a good hunting story, you can lose a person real quick. And for me, video is like the ultimate storytelling machine.
Absolutely. And for those guys that really want to tell epic stories and put together epic videos, we've got the photo and the video gear, and then we've put together packages. You mentioned packages. Yeah. We've come into this with the hunters in mind and the people that say, hey, I would love to get out and do this, but I have no idea where to start.
Right. Yeah.
Buy this package, go out and film.
Yeah.
It's able to get you out of the house and into the woods and filming immediately. Now, of course, you'll need to learn how to use the gear, but that's where the education stuff comes in. But you definitely want to be able to get in and get out and start filming without having to go, okay, now what do I need? Now what do I need? But the cool thing too is for those parents that want to just spend some time with their kids and have cool footage. Yeah, man, we've got those little small pocket-sized entry-level cameras too that will still help them capture those memories without necessarily wanting to be, the YouTube guys.
And here's really why you want to come down to the show and get a hold of Matthew or see what he has. Because here's the thing, you wouldn't just go on an elk hunt or go fishing in Florida without doing some kind of research first. If you're going to drive 20 hours away, it takes you're on Google and you're on Google Maps and you're calling people and you're watching YouTube and you're trying to find out everything about where you're going. It can be exhausting.
Oh, absolutely.
You can do the exactly same thing. If you want to buy a camera and you're looking online, you can get lost on what cameras do what. And so you need an expert. Like, I'm going to call somebody and be like, listen, where do I go fishing in Florida day one so I'm not wasting a day? And really they can come to you and be like, I've looked at cameras. You don't want to waste a year.
Absolutely.
Just come down and ask you, and you know about them.
Yeah, and that's a big point is that, I understand and I respect and I appreciate due diligence that people do when they're online and they're looking at cameras and they're researching the cameras. But a lot of times, a lot of that stuff can just get so overwhelming. It sure can. It can get overwhelming. People get confused. This guy says this guy says this guy says this. They're all conflicting. Well, those are people with their opinions,
right.
And the staff here at Bedford Outdoors, what we are super passionate about is getting the right camera in the right hands for the right job.
You're not just selling a camera; you're selling the guy the camera he needs.
Absolutely, because I've multiple times talked people down. Like they say, "Oh, I've got $5,000. I want to buy this camera. I've been doing research." I'm like, "Okay, what are you doing?" And they'll tell me, and I'm like, No. I want to take your $5,000. Trust me, but let's not do it this way. Yeah. Instead, let's go with this camera, and now that's going to open you up to be able to get good microphones and good video or good monitors and good lighting and good whatever, and you're still going to be in a camera that's going to outperform your needs.
Right. So I love
that. Or take some of that money and attend a film class.
Yes.
Amen.
I absolutely love that concept, and I'm glad you do that for people, because if I say I got a 14-foot jumbo, but now I need a truck. If I walked on any lot, some dude's going to sell me a 350 Lariat F350 and I don't need that to pull that boat.
Right.
But you're not going to come down here and have people just buy this camera because it's expensive. You're going to sell me the little Tacoma that pulls the boat that I need to get where I'm going. So
the best part about my job and my station here and helping people out is, one, I've been with this company for 17 years.
Right.
So we're building those relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you walked by and went, "Oh my gosh, look who it is. How's it going, guys?" And we immediately started chatting because those are relationships that we're building. Yep. And if I just sell somebody whatever, they just walk up and go, that looks good. Let me just, fine, here you go. I see them next year, or they call me 3 months later and they got questions, I have to deal with that. And I don't want to hurt people that I'm hoping to build a relationship with and say, look, next year when you have questions, you can always reach out to me personally, or you can come to me and upgrade, or come to me and figure out how can you sell my gear. Those are the things that we really, really, really like to do.
Amen.
And that's, anytime you can get an entry-level product and get comfortable with it, the next step isn't as scary.
Yeah,
that's the thing that, the money parting with the money might be scary, but the information is infinite, or is finite.
Right.
And so it's not as scary as jumping into the next thing. And once you learn it, it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's once you lay that foundation, and they realize that whenever they come to you 6 months later, and you're able to go, "Hey, how's that X camera working out for you?" And they go, "Oh man, this guy even remembers what camera I had. That's pretty awesome, And we don't always remember exactly everything, but we do our best, because instead of just being clerks like you get at the box stores, we're salespeople. They get to know those guys, and that makes that next transaction much less scary on those people, because they go, "Hey Matthew, you're my guy. What do I need?" And a lot of times they have no clue, and they just say, "What do I do next?"
Right.
And then we're able to sort of guide them into that. But that's what Bedford Outdoors is all about, is putting people in the right camera gear for the right job.
It's a huge difference between somebody that's a salesman and somebody who lives it, though. You can tell when you meet you that you love this.
Absolutely.
You didn't pick out a thing and go, "We're going to sell camera sets to people." This is your life, and you can tell when you meet you. So.
Most definitely. I've paid my mortgage and fed my kids with photography and videography. I mean, it's what I love to do. I mean, and it's one of those things where a lot of people say, don't try to make your hobby a job, because then it won't be fun anymore, But for this stuff right here, I mean, this is exactly what I want to do. I do it all day long, and then for fun, I go out and shoot things that I'm not getting paid to shoot, just so I can keep shooting, And it's
do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Amen, man. I love it.
So if somebody wants to come out and get into it, they come down to the show and see
I got a question really quick. Your wife hot?
Wait, Will has a question.
Is your wife hot? Are you taking pictures of her? How are you paying those bills?
I'll give you a website. I'm just kidding. Don't tell her I said that. But yes, she is hot. Absolutely, she's hot.
You have to say,
Pander
bear,
right?
You're like the fourth guy we've asked that to this year, and only one guy went. And he said, "Well, this is only audio, right? Because you can't see me."
This is the nest. It's the nest.
My name's Joe Smith.
This is our second year coming down and speaking with you, and it's a pleasure. If you're getting into, if you have questions and you're just a beginner, or you're literally, because you do high end, if you're somebody who has some of the best one, it's not good enough. Like I'm laying in a duck blind, and I'm laying in a ghillie suit, and I'm getting these pictures of swans coming in, and they're blurry or something. Even if they don't buy something, you could probably try to help them figure it out. Or what camera, what lens they need. So even if you're on the high end, if you can't make it down to the show, how do they find you, Matthew?
So we've got a couple of ways. We have 7 locations, physical brick and mortar shops across Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. So if there's a Bedford Camera and Video, which is the name of our brick and mortar shops, Bedford Camera and Video, any of those locations, again, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, stop by, check us out.
Yeah.
Bedfords.com, BEDFORDS.com, and finally, I am very active on Instagram under the Bedford Outdoors name. So anybody has any questions, follow us on Instagram. You DM that account. It's me you're talking to. I'm that guy. So my name is Bear Paw, Matthew Dyson. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help you guys out.
The answer man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. And
thank you so much, sir.
Go around and make sure everybody knows I think my wife's hot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we're going to walk around and tell everybody your wife's hot.
Oh, there you go. That works too.
Thanks for tolerating me.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, guys. I think we're going to stop down here in the Outfitter Hall. So
why not? I've been walking past this particular booth for a while.
It's hard not to.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit ago about this great. They've been here forever, talking about this company Argo that makes them 6-wheelers and 8-wheelers, and when you walk by, your head turns, and you're like, "Oh man, I need one." It's hard every show not to. And there's one other booth here like that. I believe we're at it. Because when you look around, it's just antler, horns, point, holy mackerel, gorgeous bucks. We're at Whitetail Heaven Outfitters, and who do I have with me?
I'm Juicy.
Juicy.
Cedric Powell.
Blake Hammond.
Nice.
How's it going, fellas?
Oh, Ryan.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Blessed.
Don't forget about me. I wasn't going to let you here by yourself.
Did you see this buck right here?
The one in full velvet?
No, not that one. This one right here.
This, yeah, I've seen that one too. All the one with the double kickers. Oh no, you mean this one over here with the split everything, pretty much. Drop tines.
It's the boneyard.
You boys are slaying them.
It is the boneyard.
That's the number 2 velvet buck in the entire world right now.
It's amazing.
Yep.
And that's what it is. Just like
Stands
I
to
was mentioning,
reason.
Argo, you can't walk past this place and not go, I need some of that in my life.
Absolutely.
So how do you guys incorporate yourselves with the company? Do you guys all go out with the hunters, or?
Yeah, basically.
Everybody's guides?
Yeah. He's over our Kansas camp. We just got Kansas this year, and we're really excited about that. I'm a guide. Cedric is also a guide.
I'm not a guide. I'm a cook.
Well, you do a little bit of everything.
I cook. I do it all.
He's a whatever needs to get
That's
done,
right.
he does it.
That's the best guy there is.
Those are the guys to know and make friends
right.
with. The guys that just get whatever it needs, get it done.
I heard Kansas.
Yes.
What else we got? Kansas?
We're based out of Nicholasville, Kentucky. We've got Kentucky. We've got Ohio. We've got Indiana. We've got Kansas. And for Osceola, turkey, hog,
Florida.
and gator, Florida.
Yes.
So you got a little bit of everything.
Hold on. He said and gator?
And
Come on.
We're headed to Florida in 3 weeks. I am, at least. I'm driving down.
Thanks for leaving me at home.
3 weeks.
We'll
Is there
be down
anything
there.
We'll be down there.
Yeah.
Anything
Volusia
in
County, Florida.
Is that right?
Yep.
Nice.
Home of the world record, Osceola.
Yeah.
I've not got my
And bass
Osceola
capital of the world. We do bass fishing down there too.
Lake Okeechobee, all that.
St.
Yeah.
John's.
Yet.
Yeah, Lake Okeechobee's. We've been.
We're
there.
right down there around Crescent Lake too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crescent
Jeez,
City.
sounds terrible.
It's awful. It's hard to put up with. It really is.
Give me a rundown of. So I want to go. Obviously, I want to go. Hunt a nice buck. What do I have to do? Who do I have to get a hold of?
You can get a hold of any of us.
Anything.
What's the website?
WhitetailHeavenOutfitters.com.
Yep.
And so, if I book a trip and come out with you guys, what do I have to bring? Who's going to meet me? What's some kind of answer?
Basically, what will happen if you book a hunt with us, you'll arrive the day before that you'll go hunting. You'll meet at our lodge, whatever lodge you come to, our north, south, west, central. You'll meet with all the other hunters you're in there with. You'll meet with the guides, everything like that. You'll be assigned a guide. So when you're assigned a guide, your guide has certain farms that he works all year long. He pulls cameras off of all year long, checks trail cams. He's feeding.
He knows them.
Yeah, he knows them like the back of his hand. Yeah. So you're going to get with him. You're going to talk about staying, your set location. You're going to talk about wind direction, everything like that to make the next day a hunt you're not going to forget.
Nice.
Yeah.
And is this all archery only?
No, we do
everything.
We do archery. We do crossbow. We do a modern firearm. For Ohio, we do shotgun, straight wall cartridge, shells also.
When you say you're assigned a guide, is it a 1-to-1, or is that guide got a couple of people in camp for the farms that he knows?
Usually, it's like a 1 to 3, 4.
Okay.
Usually, just depend on what season it is and what weekend that is that comes in.
Sounds like the whole crew needs to go out, so we're going to need about 3 guides.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing. It's tough because listeners can't see what we're seeing.
You're right.
Like they can't see. Can you tell them what's actually, so they don't believe me because they hear me all the time.
Obviously.
And he's
tell them what's hanging around me.
telling stories.
So right over here on the table, we've got a Ohio buck killed this past year in shotgun season. That deer is 178 and an 8.
Good night.
Absolutely. So you've got that one. You've got the number 2 velvet buck in the entire world right here, killed in Butler County, Kentucky.
184.
I mean, they say bases like baseball bats. I'm sorry, but
Absolutely.
Oh, you're good, bro.
They say bases like baseball bats, but that's like the top end of the bat.
Absolutely.
That's not like the handle.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we're talking about the kind of bucks that if you see and you're not used to that. We're from Pennsylvania, so we don't see things like this. We live right here. We're local.
Yeah.
These are the kind that make you fall out of the tree.
Yeah.
Like
this is why they wear a safety system.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, when they see our bucks, the first thing they ask us is, "Are we fenced? Are we have fence operation?" Absolutely not. Only fences we got holds our thoroughbreds. I mean, everything is fair chase here. There's no deers in the pen or anything.
This is just God's country. Right?
100% wild, 100% no fences, 100% fair chase.
And that's over 60,000 acres.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one over here, the split brow Ohio buck, 200 inches on the nose.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Not many things. Look, you're doing the same thing. Not many things make me speechless because we talk to a lot of people, but the bucks that are just that you have here, probably not even the ones that you guys have taken over the years, just the ones you guys brought with you.
Yeah.
Make people stop and stare. They probably look kind of funny to you guys from the opposite way, a little bit going, I don't wonder if he's been standing there 40 minutes. It's difficult not to stare. So,
absolutely. We've got bigger deer than this at our lodges.
Have y'all seen the deer over here, how it's palmated on that right side? I mean, it's literally big as my palm.
Yeah, that's a Kentucky buck.
Yeah, it's unreal. Mm-hmm. I've never seen nothing like that in my life.
Obviously, guys can book a hunt here with you at the show.
Absolutely.
So they
actually
down here, it's out 6,600 if you get down here like this weekend.
Yes. So basically, if you're to come with us this weekend, if you get here before Sunday, the deal is all of our hunts are 40% off.
Oh, wow.
You can get a regular season Ohio bow hunt, 2-day, 3-night, all meals, all lodging included. The only thing you're out is your tag and your license, $1,070 out the door.
So you literally want to do it here at the show if you can.
Absolutely.
It's worth the drive.
Absolutely.
To get here to come see you
It's worth every mile.
Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana,
Florida, and
Kansas.
Florida
and Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
Any of those draw states.
Yes.
Kansas.
Kansas is the draw state.
Kansas
So
is the only draw
Kentucky,
state.
Ohio, and Indiana, you guys are, I mean, it's over the counter for those properties. So it's not like you got to put in for preference points, do all this stuff.
Absolutely. Everything's over the counter.
I jump in the chuck wagon to Ohio from here. How far do you think it is?
6 hours, maybe.
You're about 6.5, 7 hours from right here to our North Lodge.
Do you hear this?
The thing that
I
you
do.
drive, I'll sleep on the way out.
Another thing we offer that a lot of outfitters don't, we offer a membership here too. You can come and get a single state membership or tri-state membership, $8,500, and you can come. It's an open door policy. You can come and stay from the opening day of deer season for the whole year. You can come, stay whenever you want. You can come pull cameras, hang stands, come hang out. Just come anytime you want to for that whole year.
It's like
you can,
being in a hunting club.
You can literally move in
to the lodge.
Yeah, the day you pay your membership fee.
Really?
For 1 year, you can actually move in to one of our lodges.
And that's on any of the
Any of them. Yeah. That's our North Lodge, that's our Central, our South, or our West.
Now, I've been doing this a long time, and I've not heard of that before.
I've been doing this the wrong way.
Absolutely.
That's our statement, NDWW. Nobody does what we do.
Nobody.
If you go on 3 hunts a year, by the time you're done with everything, you might as well be part of the boys club here.
Yeah. There you go.
Because I can cook, so we'd be friends.
There you go. Yeah, and that includes all your lodging, your meals. You set your own stand the way you want it. You can put your own cameras out. You can run your own cameras. You can come out in the summertime with us. You can work food plots. We can put corn
pick a
out.
Stand location. If it's not stepping on somebody, things like
100%.
that. Really?
100%. Our show price for that right now.
I'm speechless for the second time I walked over here. Because now my wheels are turning. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Our show price right now for that out the door, 1 year, one state, is $5,100. You're not going to find 62,000 acres of prime hunting anywhere in the world that you can lease. Somebody's going to take care of the land for you, work the stands for you, check cameras for $5,100 a year.
No.
You're not going to.
I spend more than that going bass fishing, probably.
There you go.
We've got single hunts that cost more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So. That's show price. Our regular one state membership is $8,500.
Right.
You can get a 2-state.
And that's easy to renew every year.
Absolutely. Every year.
And every year we have our annual shed hunt, which we're getting ready to have in March. For all the clients that are have booked with us, they have an opportunity to come and look at the farms. Food and lodging's provided for them. They can walk the farms with us. We're going to do some shed hunting, probably have some live music, and just enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Now, you guys both had his meals, I take it.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite meal he makes? What are we talking about in camp to eat?
Every 5-star.
Yeah, everything he makes, A1. You got, usually on different nights of the week, you've got different things that Cedric will throw out.
Buffet style, man. You eat whatever you want, eat as much you want to.
5-star meals. And as you can tell, I'm a big boy.
I like to eat, man.
We ain't hurting. No.
There's this saying, never trust a skinny guy.
That's exactly right.
Or cook.
That's exactly. Average guy weight for us is about 350.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing all right.
Easy, boy. His average weight is 350.
Yeah, average. Yeah.
It fluctuates in the summertime. You drop a couple pounds. I get you.
That's what grows your bone. That's what grows our bone. Right.
I was going to ask that very, very question. So on the bar that we're sitting at right here at your booth, because I mean, to call this a booth is blasphemy.
Yeah,
what you guys have set up here is pretty much a little lodge.
And this is downsized.
That you got set up.
This is
the downsized version.
We used to have 5801 over there. We skipped out last year and we lost that one, but it's usually twice as big.
Okay.
Yeah. We usually have an actual lodge set up pretty much.
That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
I mean, even for a downsize, this thing's pretty slick, boys.
Absolutely.
But you got this Whitetail Seduction mineral stuff over here. Is this actually what you guys are putting out?
100%. That is the real deal.
Okay.
Did you see all the racks we have going around here?
Yeah.
You can tell it works.
Clearly.
I mean, proof's in the pudding. I mean, what we do is you can put that out by yourself. I mean, it just, that product by itself, you put it out, say, spring into the summer, you can mix it with corn, anything like that. It works as just basically a mineral. It's all it is. It's not considered an attractant. It's not considered bait. It's a mineral. Absolutely.
It'll keep them there. And if it's not there, they're still going to keep coming back. We've got mineral sites that I can actually stand in, and they go up to my hips.
They just dig them down like that.
Roots showing, 6 foot by 3 foot.
That's awesome. Showing. And you're just throwing that on the ground, raking it in,
that's it.
Should you throw it out before a little bit of rain?
Yeah,
generally, just so
rain will not hurt it.
Okay,
it's kind of like a bio rock type material. When it gets wet, after a prolonged period of time, it will clump up. Basically, that doesn't stop the deer whatsoever at all.
You want to put this out back?
I'm telling you right now, if there was ever a mineral that you could try to sell people and you needed to prove to them it worked.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better setup.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, it's perfect.
Look
around.
There you go.
People walk up. Yeah. Does this stuff work?
Yeah, and you know what my reply is? Look around.
Yeah.
It obviously works.
Clearly.
Absolutely. It's really really good product. We'll send you all off the couple bags.
Yeah, do you guys have any? I mean, obviously, you guys known each other for a while, and you all hunt too.
Absolutely. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. When the hunting season comes in, I'm in the woods guiding people.
You're busy.
I get
that.
Me personally, I've not killed a deer in 3 years.
Me neither.
Well, sometimes. But here's the thing. I helped guide in Alaska in 96 and 97 when I was fresh out of quit high school, ran away. That's what was my dream.
Yep.
And I was on, many big game hunts. I never killed anything in Alaska, but I didn't have to go on the hunts.
Absolutely. So you get as a guide, especially for me.
It's a different high altogether.
It is. I get the enjoyment out of watching somebody else kill a monster buck. I love it. I absolutely love it. I would rather somebody else go out, me put the time and effort in, all of us put the time and effort in. The only thing we don't do is sit in the stand and pull the trigger for you.
Right. It's more rewarding. It's more rewarding to see the reaction and the memories made from somebody harvesting a deer with you than me being in the woods by myself and shooting a deer by myself. It's just not. It's exciting, but it's not the same. Amen. But when you see somebody harvest the biggest buck of their life, they get emotional. It's really awesome.
We've all cried. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What I liked about it mostly is you got people from all the way to PA, all the way to California. We could be traveling anywhere, and just about anywhere we go, say we get a flat tire, there'll be somebody around that's hunting with us. Yeah. Somebody will be there we can call to help us at all times.
Absolutely.
I had a dude we had fly into the Brooks Mountain Range in Alaska that was from Belgium that had never hunted before, but he obviously had some money. He brought his wife, and they guided him out, and he shot a double shovel, and the dude broke down and cried. And he turned around and grabbed a hold of me and gave me a big hug and grabbed the guide, and it was different. I was like, man, look at him. This is the pinnacle point of his life, and it was better than shooting it myself.
Absolutely.
So I get that.
And this makes sense too, because that guy, or in a scenario, this number 2 in the world velvet buck,
right,
he did that once. You guys get to do that 12, 15, 20 times in a season.
Exactly.
That's pretty
awesome.
And
you know what, the reaction is the same every time.
Nice.
Just to sit in the woods and see these calibers of buck every day, as even a guide, just to sit and watch them has to be heaven. Oh, wait a minute.
It has to be Whitetail Heaven.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Absolutely. I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's nice.
So here's the thing. This is going to be one of our, I think, I would like to make it like one of the wrap-up podcasts, at least for tonight.
Sure, bud.
Let's go get something to eat, but I would like to take the headsets off, not to spoil all the secrets, because I don't want everybody to know all the real questions I'm going to ask them next and how I get out there, the GPS coordinates of all of it. So, No, but serious, thanks for talking to us.
Sure.
Not like I said, we've been in here for many years talking to lots of outfitters, and they're all amazing. Everybody here is great.
Absolutely.
But this one captivated me to the point where I don't even know what questions to ask, and that ain't me. So
the building's full of people that are salt to the earth, and you guys are certainly no exception to that. And what you're putting on for folks is it's nothing short of exceptional.
Absolutely.
Remind everybody again where they can go check this stuff out if they can't make it to the show.
You can check us out on Facebook. As you can see, we
got the legs.
We got our live counter. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on Instagram, or you can go to our website, www.whitetailheaven.com.
No, Whitetail Heaven Outfitters.
WhitetailHeavenOutfitters.com. Excuse me.
I'm glad you were there to correct him.
I'm here for you,
He
man.
is. Listen, he's always there for me. Always there when I fall.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
I've
for
never
sure.
done like this. It was
Take
pretty
care.
fun, man.
hopefully we'll get out and see you guys.
Yes, sir.
That'd be awesome.
Come see us.
Thank y'all for coming by.
Yeah, God bless you.
Yeah. And that's a wrap, folks. What can I say? National Rifle Association's Great American Outdoors Show 2020 in the books. I can't think of a better way to spend 9 fantastic days speaking with people who love the outdoors as much as we do, whether it's hunting, fishing, or just being outside, camping, anything. Just get outdoors, as Pick likes to say. Hopefully, if you weren't able to make it down to Harrisburg for this fantastic show, we were able to bring you some of it so you get an idea of all of the amazing things that you could come and see and do at the Great American Outdoors Show. So I'm already looking forward to next year. It's going to be good. Cannot wait. And I'll let you in on a little secret. We may have a little extra bonus content coming your way here shortly. So 9 days, 9 shows. It's been a blast, folks. That's what we got for now. See you.